Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is Mr. Fitness back at it again, the body transformation specialist, and we are doing round 2 of this live. So we tried to do this live a little earlier, and unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties that I think we ironed out. So we're gonna go live again. I'm gonna bring on, soon as my client Elyse, who has gotten some pretty good results for the year or so that we've been training. She's going to come on today and she's going to talk about the results that she's gotten. The goal of Weight Loss Warriors, something new that I'm doing, is to inspire and encourage and motivate you that whatever you want to accomplish, you can accomplish. And it's not just about fitness and stuff like that, but if you're looking to accomplish something, you can accomplish those things. So Elyse, it looks like she is now watching. I'm going to invite her into the live. We're going to add her. Okay, let's see. We're going to go live. So I am going to be rebroadcasting this live. Yep, there she is. So I am going to be rebroadcasting this live on my YouTube channel. So if you're catching the replay, you're going to want to go to youtube.com/fitness motivation, the number 4, the letter U, the number 2.com. So we're going to talk about some great things today. Elyse is going to share with you her story. If you see me looking down, that's because I have my questions that I want to ask Elyse, because I want to make sure, leave it up to me and I'll be talking about everything and anything. So I have to be disciplined, discipline is one of the things that we're going to talk about today. But I want to share with you a few more things before we get to the actual talk. So if you're not following me on Instagram, I am going to be doing some of these videos on Instagram as well. And me and Elyse might just go ahead and do one on Instagram as well. So if you're not following me on Instagram, shame on you.
Very true.
So go ahead to Instagram and go to Mr. Fitness, the number 4, the letter U, the number 2. That's my Instagram. Go ahead and follow me. And if you have any questions regarding fitness, nutrition, health, you can ask me there. Before we get finished, Elyse is going to share some things that she has going on, some of the things that have helped her along her journey. I'm really proud of Elyse. We've been together for a year. Yeah, I think we just recently celebrated our year anniversary, because I believe we started March of last year. March of 2018.
Yeah, we did.
We did, yeah. So we just recently celebrated our 1-year anniversary together, training hard, getting great results. But look, there's been some ups and downs, and that is part of the journey. No one's perfect, but the people that get up after they fall down are the ones that get the results. So again, Weight Loss Warriors is about inspiring, motivating, and encouraging you that you can accomplish everything that Elyse is going to share with you today. You can also accomplish those things. You just got to be committed to putting in the work. So with that being said, Elyse,
yeah, I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. This is part 2.
Part 2.
We tried to do this earlier. We had some technical difficulties, and I think we ironed them all out.
I think so. I think I'm good.
Yeah, I think we're good right now. So we are going to have a great episode. Guys, feel free, if you're watching, to add your questions that you want to ask Elyse, and I'll make sure that I send them to her, and we're gonna get started with the interview. So, Elyse, take us back to the beginning. Like, where did your journey start? Where did your weight loss, fitness, health journey start, and why did it start?
So I'm going to go back to 2016, 2017. Okay. I guess it all kind of started when, so when you go out with your friends and you know, all your friends are going to take videos. They're going to take pictures. That's what everyone does when they go out. It's just natural. Well, like before then, you're picking out your outfit. You want to look good. You want to feel good. For me, that was like my problem. I couldn't find what to wear. I couldn't find anything that would make me feel good. And then I remembered, I was like, ooh, I have this one pair of pants I loved so much. They made me feel good. I looked good in them. I was like, why not? And it was that moment where I put them on and they didn't fit. And I was like, all right, I really don't want to go out now. Like, I'm done. If I don't want to look in the mirror, what makes me want to look at pictures that my friends are going to take and post or take videos, and I'm going to see these videos. I'm like, I don't want to see myself, kind of thing. So that, for me, that was where it all kind of started. Like, if I don't want to look at myself and in pictures or go out, then something needs to change.
Yeah. Okay. And I think a lot of people, especially women, that are going to view this, either viewing it now or viewing it on the rebroadcast, I think a lot of them can identify with that feeling. And in that moment, how did it feel knowing that you wanted to do something that you could technically have done,
Hmm.
but you didn't want to do it because of the way you looked, because of the way your clothes fit? And were you at your heaviest point at that point, or
At that point, at that point, I was, no, I was getting my way up to the heaviest.
okay,
Because I started to really like, I just, after that, I was just, at that point, I was really giving up on myself.
yeah,
So it
okay,
took a while for me to get to my heaviest,
hmm,
but I can say that when I did reach my heaviest, that was like the end. I was
okay,
like, all right, no more. Like something has to change. I have to do something because it's not going to go away on its own magically.
yeah. And I alluded to the fact that we would talk about consistency and the dedication, and I preach that to my clients, that that is one of the most important parts of this whole thing, is being consistent, because it doesn't matter the workout program, it doesn't matter the diet that you're on. If you're not consistent, you'll never see the results that you want to see.
No.
Dedication to doing what's necessary, even when you don't want to do so. Having that discipline and the consistency, and it sounds like you were at that point where you knew that you needed to do something and you were finally ready. And that's that, what I like to call that, enough is enough moment, where you get to that point where it's just like, okay, enough is enough. I know I finally need to do something. It's time to stop putting it off, and it's time to actually get started. Was that what
That
happened
was
for you?
honestly exactly. It was just, you get so fed up, and like it's just,
Mhm.
that you're not. This isn't who you are. You
Yeah.
like, I know that, like, I was. I love going out with my friends, and I used to love to
Mhm.
always take pictures, and then it came to a point where I don't want to take pictures. Or
Yeah.
if I didn't get the right angle or anything, it made everything so more frustrating for me on my end. I just,
Yeah.
enough really was enough, and I wasn't happy overall.
Okay. And you said that was around what time? Was that, you said 2016, 2017?
2016, 2017.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
around that time.
So, all right. So now we're here in 2019. So earlier when we were speaking, you had mentioned that there was a time where you were hiding from reality.
Yeah.
Talk about that period of time in your life where you were hiding from reality.
Well, at that point, that was the point where I reached my heaviest. So
Okay.
I wouldn't even, if my friends asked me to go out, I wouldn't. I'm like, oh no, I would lie and be like, oh, I have babysitting I need to go to, or no, I
Yeah.
have work, or I always use my job as the excuse, like as to why I can't
Mhm.
go out, or I would say, no, I'm tired. I would always find like some reason, whatever it may
Yeah.
be, so I wouldn't
Hmm.
have to go out there and then face the what I would see on social media afterwards.
Hmm.
Because I
Hmm.
would never, and like, or if I did go out, and someone would take a picture, I was that girl to run away. But like, nope, I'll take the
Yeah.
picture for you guys, but I won't
Hmm.
be in it.
And here's the thing that here's what the, hey Laura, I see Laura's watching. What's going on, Laura? So I think the problem with social media is it's the good and the bad.
Hmm.
And I think the bad is that it paints this picture that everyone's perfect. Because the problem with social media is no one's recording their bad
Oh
moments.
no, no one's gonna
No
report
one's taking
those.
pictures. Yeah, so it's like, I think, and especially this goes, I'm not going to say that guys don't have this, but especially for women, where like most guys, we take pictures and a lot of us don't really care how we look per se. It doesn't really matter. So I think comparing yourself to others is probably the biggest thing you don't want to do, because you are who you are,
Yeah.
right? No one's like you. You're like no one else. So you had also mentioned about, like, comparing,
Mm-hmm.
yourself to others, and a lot of people that are going to view this video are in that boat.
Yeah.
Where part of the reason why they feel the way they feel about themselves is because they compare themselves to their friends or they compare themselves to people on TV. What would you say to those people that are in that frame of mind where the way they feel about themselves is based on what they see on TV or what they see on social media? What would you say to those people?
That, yes, what you see on social media and what you see on TV, you're like looking at all these, like for girls especially, like I know for me, like
Hmm.
I'll go on Instagram and I'll see all these pretty girls and everything, and I will say to myself, like, why can I not be them? Like, why did I get this? Like, why do I have this? But then
Yeah.
you also have to think, like, those people in those pictures may not also be happy either. Everyone's gonna have something at the end of the day where they don't
Hmm.
like about themselves. Like
Yeah.
I know from long ago, like there was so many stuff I used to hate that now I'm loving about myself that I've accepted.
Mm.
And it's like
Yeah.
you have to love yourself. In order for you to make that change, or you want to change for
Hmm.
yourself, you have to love yourself
Yeah.
before changing. Because if you just
Hmm.
change for, oh, I'm gonna change my whole body just so people will look at me like me or something like that, that's not,
Yeah.
you won't stay consistent, or you're going to be
Yeah.
so hard on yourself that whatever results you get, you're not going to be proud of.
Yeah. And I think that's a really good point you bring up is the fact that you have to love who you are now in order for the changes that you want to make to be to stick, to be consistent. Because I think what you did was you loved yourself enough to make a
Yeah.
change. And one of the things I tell people is that you know it's okay to you can be a heavier person, you can be a bigger person, and it's not that you don't love yourself, or it's not that you hate yourself to want to make a change,
Hmm.
because ultimately this is related to health and it's related to a lot of other
Oh
things.
yeah.
So I always tell people you should love yourself enough to be the best version of yourself. And I think that's kind of what you chose to do is say, like, look, I know for me, there's more out there.
Hmm.
There's more I can do. I can be better. And you chose to take action on making yourself there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So so let's talk about the gym. You started working out.
Hmm.
Um, how was that initially when you were there any hesitations? Were because when you started working out, was that your first time in a gym? Was it?
So when, so like I've been through a few, like I've been through three trainers, including you.
Mhm. And
Definitely.
guys, I'm gonna be the
And
last.
yeah, you definitely are going to be the last. He's going to be the last.
Want to make that clear. Want
He's going to be my last trainer, I swear.
exactly.
Um, it was, so like the first time I went to the gym after the whole realization of, like I'm at my heaviest. This is bad. Like I need to make a
Mhm.
change. I was scared, honestly, because I'm going into this gym. Everyone knows what they're doing. Everyone knows,
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm going to do arms, but for arms, I know this is good and this is good, and then, oh,
Hmm.
today's gonna be leg. Like I had no idea what the hell I was doing. I didn't know. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll just do the elliptical. I know cardio,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I also
Yeah.
know that from previous sessions that you can't just do cardio. And I didn't want to
Hmm.
do weights because I just I was scared.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that that's a big thing because a lot of people, like I said, when I decided to put this together, I thought to myself, who are the group which group of people are going to benefit from this the most? And I figured there were going to be two people. There's going to be that group of people that are starting a workout program, starting a journey, and don't know where to start.
Hmm.
So hearing it from someone like yourself that has been there and understands, like for me, I've never been, you know, overweight. I've always been in the gym. I've only worked with people that have been there. So I can't relate on that level that someone like yourself that can relate, that has been there, and now you progress so much from that point.
Yeah.
So that was the one thing that I said, okay, those people are really going to benefit from hearing the story from someone that has gone through what they've gone through. But also those people that are now at a plateau. They're currently in a journey, in a weight loss journey, a fitness journey, but they've hit a patch where they're no longer seeing progress.
Mhm.
And now, you sharing with them that point where you were at, because I know we had talked about the consistency.
Yeah.
And that's oftentimes a big problem for most people, is the lack of consistency. So we had talked about that, and there had been some times prior to us starting training, because we started back in March of 2018.
Yeah.
Um, that when the last trainer that you worked with, and that kind of ended, and to when we met, there had been some time where you hadn't been. So that kind of went off of where I wanted to go, but I think it went in a good direction, because I think now that you started your journey, you were afraid, you didn't know what to do,
Hmm.
but you decided to hire a coach, you decided to hire a trainer.
Yeah.
Why was that the route that you went with?
Because it was more like, I knew that, because when I had like a trainer in the past, like I learned a little bit. I mean, I'm not going to say I was able to go to the gym on my own and,
Yeah.
do whatever workout we did by myself.
Hmm.
But I knew
Yeah.
like, that made me like knew like what I needed in a trainer.
Hmm.
So like I knew when I called back, because after the last trainer I had left, and then I called back and they assigned me to another one, I like had an idea of what I wanted, and then you were my trainer.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah. Okay.
it was the way like you trained me, and like you kind of like, it was like you pushed me, but then you also gave like those little pep talks that helped. Like
Hmm.
mentally, I was like, all right, I can do this. I can do this. This is like, if everyone else can do it, I can do it. Like there's no difference
Yeah.
between everyone else in this gym. And it's
Yeah.
more of a, sometimes like when you walk into the gym and you're working out, you feel like everyone's watching you
Yeah.
until you're actually doing the workout. And then really, you're just not looking at everyone. You're probably looking at the wall or at the ground, like trying to focus your balance. Because I mean, I
Yeah.
can't balance for the life of me. So that's
Uh-huh.
what I
Which we're
do.
working on that. We're working
We're,
on
we're,
that.
we're slowly getting better. Baby steps.
We're getting better. It's getting better. Little baby steps, but it's definitely getting
It
better.
definitely is.
Yeah, it's definitely getting
But
better.
like I can say,
Okay.
like I can go into the gym now and
Mhm.
do like a whole workout. You can give me, I can do it. And I mean, at times I'm probably gonna get like a little like nervous, like, oh, if someone's like using the machine, or like someone's done and there's like more
Yeah.
like fit people around me, and I'm
Hmm.
using like the
Hmm.
smaller weights.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely
Yeah.
gonna be like, all right, they're probably judging me, but at the same time, this
Mhm.
is for me. Like, I need a better
Yeah.
me. I'm not gonna go and
Yeah.
use a 50-pound weight when I know I can't
Mhm.
physically do that.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people, they are going through that, especially if it's your first time in a gym, or it's your first, it's the first time in a gym in a very long
Yeah.
time. You probably feel the same exact way. You feel overwhelmed.
Mhm.
And I actually recorded a video on my YouTube channel, again, youtube.com/fitness motivation for you too. Go check it out. But it was on the top mistakes to avoid when joining a gym. So one of the things is, don't feel like you should know it all. There is no common sense about knowing what to do when you walk into the gym. If that was true, I wouldn't have a job. But 29 years later, they they have not figured it out how to make everyone that walks into a gym know what to do. So whether you hire a coach or whether you hire a trainer, gain the knowledge, because I see a lot of people all the time. They join gyms and they don't know what to do, and they either injure themselves or they give up because they're not seeing progress. And I think that was the part that you realized, that you weren't at a point where you had enough knowledge to do what was necessary to get the results that you were looking for. So you decided to hire someone that did have the
Mhm.
knowledge.
Yeah.
And that was a huge part of getting you to where you want to be. So let's talk now about, I guess, where you're at with your results. Where were you when you started,
Mhm.
and where are you at now?
Where I was before, I mentally, I
Like
was
the
just
complete beginning,
what?
the absolute beginning, even before you met
Okay,
me.
the absolute beginning, like my very first weight loss journey,
Mhm.
and it did continue throughout until even when I hit my heaviest too.
Yeah.
I didn't have the mentality. I didn't
Okay.
I didn't like how I looked. I
Mhm.
always compared myself to other people. Like it was just a
Yeah.
natural thing. Like if someone gave me a compliment, my first instinct was like, no, that's not true. Like I wouldn't take it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think of it. Nothing.
Mhm.
Um, so it was more like this whole journey for me is also like loving me, doing me, trying
Yeah.
to stop comparing myself to other people.
Mhm.
And along the like, I'm eating better than what I've ever done before.
Yeah.
Being more consistent with my workouts, watching what I'm eating, cutting like,
Mhm.
all my friends are, at that point when I turned 21, it was like obviously like all my friends wanted to go out drinking. Like that was like at 21 years old, like that's what you do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I won't lie, like that's definitely like threw me off my like I would use that as an excuse, like, oh, I'm 21, like I'm gonna go drinking, I'm
Mhm.
gonna do this.
Yeah.
And I never thought about the consequences that it would have in the end.
Mhm.
So after, like my 22nd, my 23rd birthday, like it's just you learn like I don't know, like I got more into wanting to learn about nutrition and eating
Yeah.
better. So then back in December, I learned about Herbalife. So
Mhm.
then that basically helped me with my whole eating right.
Yeah.
And then having you as my trainer, like I also got the proper way to work out. So both of those
Mhm.
together, just for me, it's worked
Yeah.
amazingly.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And the reason why, I mean, we talked about, you having to eat right and having to exercise and doing those two things together. It's extremely important. You can't do one without the other. Like I said, I don't care how much exercise you do. If you don't eat right, you will not see the results.
Yeah,
Point blank.
it
Period.
took me a while
Okay.
to really realize that
Yeah.
because I sometimes would get so mad. I'm like, I work out all the time. I didn't think about it
Mhm.
either. I was like, but when I'll work out and I'll do all these intense workouts, but then I go home
Yeah.
and I'm eating shitty
Mhm.
food. Like I'm not eating
Yeah.
my vegetables. I'm not like I'm
Mhm.
having way too much carbs than I should be. I'm not
Yeah.
having enough protein in my diet. Like there was
Mhm.
like I like snacks I would pick. Like I would have a bag of chips, or like I would just eat junk food. Honestly, like no shame.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even think twice about what I was putting in my body. So then it
Uh-huh.
just counteracted. Like whatever I did at the gym didn't even count to anything. It wasn't
Mhm.
helping me, and I wasn't getting better. I was getting worse, or it just sometimes like I would lose like a pound one week, and then next week I would gain something, and I would get so frustrated looking at the scale.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, look, the reality is, like I said, you took action.
Hmm.
You got involved in the Herbalife because you saw the benefit. And that the one thing that I like about Herbalife is it's a set program. There's no guesswork. They provide everything for you. So again, although that is true, you have to take action.
Yeah.
Like we all don't have the luxury of having chefs and having people prepare our food and stuff like that. But if you do the work, you will get the
You
results.
will.
So yeah, just to let you guys know, Elyse, she is a distributor of Herbalife, so I'm gonna drop her information somewhere in the video on Facebook, and then when I upload this to YouTube, I'll drop. Is there a link where people can find out more about that I can add to the
Yeah,
YouTube?
of course. So I'll send you my link so they can get to my website. Everyone thinks that like Herbalife is just like a weight loss journey.
Yeah.
But it really isn't. Like you can take these products, and if you're looking to gain muscle, you can use it to gain
Hmm.
muscle. I know for me
Yeah.
right now, I'm doing the weight loss part.
Hmm.
But once I reach to the weight number I get to, I'm gonna want to start to, start gaining a little muscle and start, making myself the better version that I can possibly be.
Exactly.
So, and it's
Exactly.
not just all shakes and tea that everyone thinks it is. Like you actually have to eat regular food.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, you know, I do support it simply because it's a regimented program that you can. It's easy to follow, and it's a no brainer. If you want success, keep it as simple as possible. That's what I tell my clients: is don't complicate it.
Yeah.
The easier you can make it, the more likely you are to stick to it. The more likely you are to understand it. The more likely you are to get results.
Yeah.
So I guess one of the last questions I want to ask is one of the things you talked about in the beginning is those pants.
Yes.
That didn't fit your favorite
My favorite pants.
So I know everybody wants to know, after all these years of your journey, A1, do you still have them?
Yes, I still have my pants.
Okay. So we know she still has them, guys. The second question is, do they now fit?
That I'm going to save the answer to. So for people that want to know, they just have to go to my Instagram and they have to check that out.
So what is your Instagram so they can see if those pants actually fit?
It's my first and last name, Elyse Nadell, at Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to add that also in the comment section on the Facebook. Once it uploads to Facebook, I'm going to add that in the comments so you can go ahead and check out Elyse. I'm also going to add her link, and they can go directly to your Instagram to find out more about Herbalife, and if they don't know about it, and if they're looking to get involved, they can find out that you have a link on your.
Yeah,
Instagram?
I do have a link on my Instagram. If they feel comfortable, they can always just add me, like follow me on Instagram. You can you can message me, or if you want to message me on Facebook, you totally can. Or if you guys need my number, I can also give my number out and talk to you through that. Whichever is like the easiest way to get to them or to talk to them.
Yeah. Look, guys, we are accommodating. We want to see you succeed. And that's what Weight Loss Warriors is about. It is about encouraging you to be the best version of yourself possible. So before we get on out of here, I want to thank you guys for stopping by, for checking out the episode. I hope you took some notes. I know you got a lot of good stuff out of it, and now it's up to you to go ahead and apply that knowledge. So before we go again, check out my YouTube channel at youtube.com/fitness motivation, the number 4, the letter U, the number 2. If you're looking for a coach, if you're looking for somebody to help you along your journey, I would love to be your coach.
Do it. Go for him.
Want more? Look, Elyse said it.
Go for him.
To do it. So there's options. If you live in the central New Jersey area and you want to train with me face-to-face directly, then that's great. You can hit me up on my email, or you can hit me up on Facebook, or you can hit me up on the rebroadcast on YouTube, but you can hit me up on my email at Mr. Fitness, the number 4, the letter U, the number 2, at yahoo.com. You can also go to my website at Mr. Fitness, the number 4, the letter U, the number 2.com. There you can go ahead and fill out my contact page. And I'm also going to give you a free 30 days to my online fitness and nutritional coaching program. Now, on that program, I'll be able to create a workout program for you. I'll be able to coach you through your diet with Elyse's help with her Herbalife, and we will get you into absolutely great shape. We're going to hold you accountable for doing what's necessary. We're going to continue to coach you, and we're going to guarantee that you get great results. So go ahead to my website, Mr. Fitness, the number 4, the letter U, the number 2.com. And again, if you're not on my my Instagram page, what are you waiting for?
Guys, you gotta go.
My Instagram, okay, Mr. Fitness, the number 4, the letter U, the number 2. And Elyse, give me your Instagram one more time before we get on.
My Instagram, it's Elyse Nadell, ELYSENADAL. Guys, add me on Facebook if you want. Also, don't stop waiting for the next day to come. Don't wait a week. Don't wait a month. Guys, today's the day. You want to change? You want to start a new journey? Start today. Because the longer you wait, the longer it's going to take for you to get your result that you want. So,
that's right.
And I know for Herbalife, hey, every month we have an awesome challenge, and we got 4 days left for the month's end right now. 4 days left for me to get you guys into the next challenge, and I'm telling you right now, hands down, guys, you're gonna love it. The prizes are amazing.
There you go. You know, she's absolutely right. I always say that Nike built a multi-billion-dollar company off of one phrase, and that phrase is just do it. You got to stop thinking about it. Get out of your own way. take action and take action now. We got less than 100 days before summer, and a lot can happen, but you got to take action.
You guys got to do it.
So there you go. So guys, that is it for today. This is Mr. Fitness, the body transformation specialist with Elyse. And as always, we are signing off. But as always, where there's a will,
there's a way.
There's a way. And I hope you have an awesomely great day. Till next time.
Bye.